Go ahead, Claire.
Do it again, Claire.
What I decided to do for my project was trace the development from childhood to adolescence. So I asked the participants two particular questions, one before and one after. And the first question was to see what type of parenting style their parents exposed them to. So now let's take a look at what they said.
I think my parents were definitely more the disciplinarian type. They were super strict all the time. It was very much like, listen to what your parents say and don't argue back. Definitely don't back talk, because that comes with punishments that you really don't want to get into. But yeah, definitely super strict, tough disciplinarian type.
My mom was very authoritative. She expected the best from me, and I was expected to meet those expectations. I also was supposed to follow her rules, and I wasn't allowed to question them. Whereas my dad, he was kind of more, I guess, lenient. He didn't really ask us, he didn't really yell at us or anything. He was more interested, I guess, in just, playing around with us and just making us food and kind of just, I guess, being there.
A permissive type of parent?
Yeah.
I feel like both of my parents had a mix of authoritative and uninvolved disciplinary actions, because I grew up in a household where they had a bunch of traditional values, and it really depended on the situation that was brought up. They were definitely into not to being strict and following values, especially when it came to like going out or exploring. But it also took a toll that they also didn't really understand the American lifestyle, because they came from different places. So they weren't as involved in my life. So they wanted me to follow their traditions, but it was also a lack of knowledge that they had towards the American lifestyle. So I also had to find a way to implement my lifestyle into theirs.
The after question was, how did that shape their mindset in the end, now that they're, young adults and have more responsibilities?
I think it definitely had some pros and cons. I'd say a pro is that I set pretty high standards for myself. I tend to be kind of a perfectionist sometimes, which I guess can also be bad, but I tend to look at the good things that come out of being a perfectionist per se. And I'd say definitely a con is that our communication to each other hasn't always been very great. So it's very hard to go to them, like, if I need help, knowing that, like, the situation that I'm in could anger them in the first place. But I think that it has definitely caused me to become more independent at a very young age. So I'm very comfortable being, like, in positions where I have to make big decisions for myself.
Because I was under such, rigid, you have to do this, I kind of grew up as that type of person, too. I expect a lot of things from myself, and because of that, I tend to stress myself out so I can reach those goals I set for myself. And so it's just, I tend to have a one-track mind and just think I need to get this goal done, and whatever occurs in between is kind of unimportant.
All right. Thank you so much.
I feel like it took a big toll on the decisions that I made in my future, because in high school, especially because they kept telling me that the reasons that they came here was for me to have so many opportunities. It gave me a big drive to get somewhere in life and to really push myself to move forward. So I never really could slack off like most of the privileged kids. It just really motivated me to keep going and push forward because of what they taught me from at a young age.
But yeah, this is my project. Thanks for watching.